Yeah, that ward totally spotting him out, so easy peasy kill there for Virtus Pro. And yeah, I think it's totally fine, even if they do dodge. I think that, well, Lina could be in some trouble, so G's gonna have to play a little bit safe, but it's actually kind of a shame he didn't get to block that safe lane either, because now, with some pretty good blocking from Artez, this lane's gonna be pushed back a little bit further than what he wants it to be. I'm guessing like up here maybe. If you block it, you can keep it right in front of your tower without the tower attacks actually hitting it. So HR have a pretty decent lane set up here. It looks like Lil is gonna maybe do some pulling, which is the right decision. But yeah, as long as he doesn't die, I think they're gonna be able to put more pressure on Dread than they are gonna be able to put pressure on this Lina.
Yeah, Lina will be able to spam the lane. She has very, very, very long range right click. But then again, so does Artez with a point or two and take aim. So it's something to keep in mind. So yeah, they're dual laning now. There's no more aggro tri-lane coming out. So they aggro dual lane instead, which is still very frightening with a troll. Ninja versus DK Phobos. This is an inherently bad matchup for Magnus, but he should do okay. I mean, at least in getting CS, and if he doesn't get run at, which he is. Red is going to get zoned out, has to actually Icarus dive away. Dive up as well. FNG actually used his magic missile. Will Clarity, he only had one. And for now, it's kind of an awkward top lane. There's a pause. Oh boy. We're good. No, you don't get your replay, pimp. You know, listen, you don't have that luxury here early on. I don't want to yelling at you.
Alpha Ninja is doing quite well in mid. I mean, DK, he's taking a lot of damage with these side blades. It's been like 3 attacks in a row where he's hit him. DK Phobos does ferry out his bottle, so hopefully it's a little bit easier. But yeah, he hits level 3 as well, so now the shockwave is going to be a little bit easier in last hitting. Top lane, putting more pressure on the G is Gorik. He's out of mana now though, so he can't really do that anymore.
No clarities either. Do they have him on goddamn? He has 1 clarity. So now Gortz is either going to have to head home or do something else. He's going to get clarity, okay.
Artez taking a lot of right-click damage from this Lina. Look at that. There's 4 auto attacks, and now he's down to 2/3 or a third HP.
Like, I'm just a sniper, man. Please don't get close to me. He does have a point and take aim now. This is where it gets kind of difficult to right-click the sniper. I don't know how you do anything to him. That Dragon Slave should have hit. I'm surprised that didn't hit. That was weird.
If Lil is nearby, though, I think they can actually go for counterplays if HR... Oh, we'll see here.
Ice Shard's not going to connect, actually. They need a snowball right now. Will they use it? G, gotta survive. Snowball into Artez. Can they get this kill? The Maledict, they get the pickup on the Lina. They don't have nearly enough right click. They're getting body blocked by the creep waves. Shrapnel is shredding through Lil. Balance stability.
It was a nice idea, but the Maledict actually is helped out a little bit. Even being level 1, it still helped out a decent chunk. But I think they're okay. It's not the end of the world. Like the lane pushed into them. Unfortunately, VS missed a couple creeps right there with his DD, but I think it's not too bad. Oh, never mind. They actually pulled to the side. Really good pull there from HR.
Man, the creep wave, the creep equilibrium, the creep-equilibrium, if you will, for Virtus Pro has not been great this entire time. And it's really, this top lane's not going well, mid lane's not going the greatest. At least bottom is, I mean, expectedly, Illidan should have a CS lead. In fact, over everybody in the game, and he does. He is now 19 last hits. A far cry from what we saw last game where he played Spectre and he couldn't get any goddamn farm.
He's keeping Dread at level 1 too. It's just really important. So he's sacrificing a couple CS to make sure that Dread gets nothing. And I think that's the right move.
Oh, well, there's going to be the cast coming through the Shrapnel. A couple of right clicks. Actually, the Shrapnel should bring him down. No, I don't think so. He's got a stick charge. He's very close. That last stick of Shrapnel almost killed him. He's at 30 HP, so he's got to walk back home.
Yeah, that last side pull that we saw by HR was really important because they were going to have a very nice lane setup once G comes back, and once he came back from death, but then that totally screwed everything up for him, so it's a lot more difficult. He actually does have 11 CS though, now 12 with that last one, so he's actually not doing too bad in terms of CS. He died once, but I mean, you compare that to bottom, I know it's a little bit of a different situation because the supports move top, but Dread's getting absolutely nothing. Doesn't even have level 2 yet.
Bortz, what do you think you're gonna do here? You have no mana, man. Like, you're just invis. Like, you hit him once and then what? Maybe they'll TP down and they'll get something going with the sniper. They're gonna throw up the flame spirits. Illidan walks into the side shot, picks up his phase. He's actually gonna run into Gortz. He's gonna get body blocked.
Oh
He
no.
knows this now. This is a problem. This is a huge kill if they get Illidan. And it looks like Illidan is going to fall. Illidan's like, can I bring somebody down with me? The answer is no, absolutely not. And that is going to be Dread getting the kill. And that is huge because he needed something. And boy, did they get it by rotating those heroes bottom. But that does mean that now G will get more farm top because of it.
God, that was... And then Venge dies to Newts, I think, on purpose. Although I'm not quite so sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
no,
bought.
he bought.
She bought, yeah.
The big thing is that he bought the face boots, but then like as soon as he bought them, he used the face boots, and then when he walked up, the face boots went away.
Yeah.
And then they were on cooldown. He got body blocked by the invis tree. If he hadn't used the face boots right when he purchased them, he could have phased through. And he's probably confused about what was going on at first, but that was a little bit ambitious to buy the face boots right there. But honestly, he just got quite unlucky with the timing of the tree and being there.
I want to renege on what I said earlier, and I said, Dread, what are you going to do? Or not Dread, rather, Goritz, what are you going to do? You are an invis tree with no mana. That's what he's going to do. He's just going to body block you, and then you're going to die. That was the long con, man. That was the long play that I was not expecting, and it worked out somehow. So, shout out to Goritz for making that work. But
I guess he was in the right place at the right time, but it was a little bit of fortuitous play and a little bit of luck on the side.
Goddamn is in some trouble. That TP is not going to save you. Nice cast, though. It was a good idea. But unfortunately, that regen rune led to his death. So they even throw the Trollity out there just so they can attack a bit faster and get the kill. Dread, meanwhile, G is about to get the kill with the right click. Will he? He will. The Dragon Slave, and now he just gets level 6 as well. If anybody rotates up top, they need to be careful of the LSA Dragon Slave Laguna combo. Just Laguna in general.
Yeah, and so they gave up on the top lane, and I guess... Oh, Illidan's actually still down here farming in the face of Sniper. So this lane kind of readjustment isn't really working out for HR. Like, yeah, they got the kill and troll, but I don't think that this is going to work out in the long run for him. And you see Purple's angry. Artez is like, they're over here, get them out of here. I can't farm anymore. I rotated down here for nothing. And Dread can't even lane top, so it's not like a good lane swap for him either. So, G, he's actually going to be pretty close to his... Or well on his way to his Yules now, I should say, whereas before he wasn't really farming as well.
Right. Now he's going to get some room to work with, although Flame Spirit's being a bit annoying, but he's like, I can kill you, Dread. Nice Icarus dive, though. LSA does miss, so at least he forces him out. The Icarus dive is a very long cooldown for, you know, a Q ability. FNG saw that ward come out from Goritz. They actually, they saw him walk over to the Roach Pit, and there's only really one thing you can be doing if you're walking that Roach Pit early on as a Treant Protector, so it's not really a surprise that he counterwards that.
Yeah, you really have to kind of smoke for those wards, unfortunately. Like, early on anyway, because there's just too high probability if they're already being visioned there.
And the smoke up. Oh, did they see that smoke? Did they see Illidan smoke up with them? He just broke it when he attacked. I don't think they saw Illidan smoked. They're going to snowball. Artez is like, dear God, somebody help me. This would be a perfect cast. Not that it's going to matter. It'll bounce between the three of them annoyingly, but they still get the kill on the Sniper. I do like the troll pick into... the Tusk, but it's just, it doesn't matter. LSA misses. Dread actually needs to be careful. He could get Laguna and die. And the same could be said for Goritz, but he'll walk away. DK Phobos was trying to take a stack. Affinity says, no, I don't think so. You're not getting anything. So, I will say Virtus Pro are still in a very good spot despite not having the best time made at top early. They've come back. They've rebounded real well.
I think Magnus is in a pretty decent spot. He's up to 42 CS. That's kind of a rough lane for him, but he came back a little bit. Did they have ancient stacks on the side of HR? No, they don't, which is kind of unfortunate because... Oh, FNG's in the middle lane. He's got an invis. They put a sentry down as well.
Magic Missile, Ice Shards are going to go. He actually misses, but they will get the RP. They're going to skewer him back. Living Armor. He's going to try to TP out. Snowball will cancel it. That's a big kill on Affinity. Lil will actually be the one to pick up the last hit. Nice play there from VP. FNG was invis the entire time, so it was real patient play. Nice TP coming in. That RP almost looked wonky when you think about it.
Yeah, it really did, actually.
Oh my God, I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that freaking worked. Laguna into Dragon Slave at the apex of the Icarus dive, catches him and kills him. That's insane. All right, G.
Well, he's almost got a Yules now too. So that's obviously really good for him. Not to mention when he was invis in the mid lane too, and they put a sentry to make sure they had vision if he used the meld. They found a fresh ward, I think, too, in the top side of that hill. So they got a 2 for basically there. Dread, he's going to TP back up top. Icarus die on cooldown for their 4 seconds. They might be able to kill him without it, though, if they play their cards right.
Magic missile. They're not going to go for it. Oh, they are going to go for it. Look, this dive.
YOLO.
This dive, though. Is it going to hit? It will. Dread is in trouble. They'll get the kill, it looks like. Ice shards. Goddamn is just like, I want to cask, I want to maledict, I want to kill. And G is so low, he's going to die, it looks like. He's about to pop, as the Witch Doctor would say. He's going to bottle up. He bottles up. Is he going to stay alive through this? G, they might lose Lil. He's TPing out. He will go down, but G, behind enemy lines. Shrapnel's going to go through the assassinate, but it's too late. He's out of there. G makes it away. He survives. That bottle getting through just at the right time. The courier saving his life. Dear Lord.
And Dread saying to himself, did that really just happen? Did they really just dive me that hard and they didn't get the kill on Lena? Like, yeah, they got the kill on the Tusk, but who cares?
Yeah, who cares, man? That's not the high-value target. It's a freaking Tuskar. Lena's who you want to kill. And while that's all happening, Illidan's like, I'll just take your bottom tier 1 tower. Plus, he has his Helm of the Iron Will, so his Helm of the Dom is about to be finished up. Gortz is like, I'm going to run at him, but I have nobody here to help me out. And it's a troll, so I can't really run at him. It's so rough. More often than not, man, whenever I see Phoenix is picked up, I'm just like, is this really going to work out for you? And Dread played phenomenally last game. And I know it's early. This game could still go late, and Phoenix late game is pretty great. But as this game progresses, Dread is not having the impact he wants to have.
You a Phoenix hater, Mott?
I mean, yeah, a little bit, yeah. I am a little bit.
I don't know how to feel about the hero, because I personally, I've said this before, and I probably should play it, but I've still never played the hero.
Played once.
You've played him once?
No, you should play him once. I've played him multiple times.
I haven't played him. I haven't played Wyvern or Winter Wyvern.
He's pretty
Although
good.
that hero seems frickin' broken as shit, man. I gotta say.
I don't know if I would call him. I guess I haven't played him enough. RP. Blink in. Artez gets caught out. He was not expecting the blink dagger from DK Phobos, and to be honest, nor was I. Well, this is gonna be an easy kill into Roshan. Good stuff.
Yeah, the big thing is that in the last few minutes, I've seen, and you've seen, multiple D-wards all over the place. The D-ward in mid, the D-ward near the Roche pit. There's probably been another one that was just placed down here freshly near the bottom rune.
Yep.
So as a result, HR just in the dark, man. They just don't have any vision on the map. They don't know what's going on. They're playing blindly. So they're trying to play the guessing game, and you can't do that around the Roche pit when VP's ready with 5 heroes, so especially when you're a sniper.
What was an early lead in that game number 1 turns into pretty much nothing now for HR. They are pretty far behind. LSA hits onto 1. Laguna blows up the Witch Doctor. Artez gonna get caught up. The snowball. Artez like, I don't want to die again. Gets thrown up in the air. His dead body comes collapsing down to the earth. The speed of a rocket.
Jeez, he just died. That's like 2 deaths in less than a minute.
Yep.
And then he didn't even buy back with that.
I will actually, I think Tusk against Sniper is another one of those heroes, man. Like, that's where the innovation comes from, and that's really cool to see. Nature's Guys, Gortz is not near a tree, though, and he gets bashed up for his troubles. He just needed to get to a tree, Nature's Guys, before he got there, and he freaking died by Illidan. Unbelievable.
I mean, he's hitting for almost 200 with crit chance now as well.
Hey.
So, or not crit chance, sorry. Just the pack leader's aura. So.
The only one that gets the benefit of that crit is the Doom.
The Doom. Yeah, I know. I was confusing myself.
That bastard.
Which, by the way, I always said this before. Why does Rubik lose his spells, which sometimes can be crappy, but Doom gets to keep his abilities forever when he dies? I think they should.
Well, because they don't want, like, oh, you have Black Hole for the rest of the game, oh, you have RP for the rest of the game, or any other broken ability.
No, it's not going to be for the rest of the game, just until the duration ends on your ulti.
That's true. No, okay, that's a good point, actually.
Like, say when you steal, I mean, it's your ultimate. You steal Impale, and you die right away, and you lose your Impale. I feel like you should be able to still have it. If Doom can keep his pack leader's aura, I feel like Rubik can keep his, his crappy split shot that he stole from Medusa for whatever reason. He can still steal that spell. Just
like,
stupid.
Nice. I still have this when I respawn. Excellent. Now I could do even half as much damage.
I could do stacks.
Dude, Rubik's right click. He's like, I'm already not doing any damage. Let's do even less. So, I think Pimp was saying this just a second. He's like, that change might come 6.84. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. I trap. He has an Aegis. I don't know if he wants to be this ballsy though. There's 5 heroes here. Actually, there's 4, but.
But he's Troll Warlord. He can do anything he wants.
Yo, throw up. All he needs to do is turn around, throw his whirling axes, and then he's out of mana. Never mind, he's dead.
Oh no, that wolf is gonna hurt him more than help him.
The wolf
the
killed
cask's
him.
right there.
Swap. Oh, it's just not in range. That's shrapnel though. Effigy's really running him down, but he can't find him.
Yeah, he's really trying, but pretty damn slow.
And just like, curse you. My movement speed of 345.
That was just a throwaway of an Aegis for really no reason. Unfortunate.
Everyone was like top or his team, and then he just walked into the enemy jungle. He's like, I have no vision here. And now finally HellRaisers get some dewarding of their own going. They really needed Nature's Guys to get in the enemy jungle, but it's easier said than done when you don't have map control to begin with. And you haven't taken a tower. That's really the problem, is that they just haven't taken that tower yet. Any tower for that matter.
Well, at least they have some wards down. So they have this fresh ward placed just there in the bottom river. They have one up at the top river. So at least they have something. I don't know that this ward is actually in the mid lane, and if you look, the sentry that was placed near the trees is actually just outside of the vision there. So VP do have some good vision behind that tier 1 tower.
This is the new ward that I've seen in multiple games that I really enjoy. If you can somehow get behind there. It's a bit awkward, but I always put it like here, almost like in this general area, but I feel like this one's almost better.
They both serve different purposes. Like, this one's going to see people farming in their jungle.
Right. This
one's going to see people... Oh, they did spot out the ward. Okay.
They have a gem.
Oh, they bought a gem. Okay.
That is a super early gem. That's Gord's purchased that up. He's like, I am just going to be poor for the rest of the game, but at least I'll get vision.
He needs to hold that gem close and hold it close forever. Never lose sight of that gem. Because that could be devastating if VP have it.
That could be a game changer, though. They need something. And it's not often that you talk about a gem as something that can change the tide of a game, but this early on, with the way the vision's gone, I think absolutely. Swap out onto goddamn, he's going to get 3 hit. With the wave of Terry, just dies too quickly. And the orange call from the announcer, the universal symbol that you're getting absolutely stomped, and you need to try something different. And HellRaisers are a game away from heading to the losers bracket. They played so well in the group stages to get here. The first game, they played absolutely phenomenally. They couldn't quite get the game. The second game, it's not the same. They're honestly getting trounced. That's how I would describe it. I think that they've got to do something here, and I don't know what it is, but they've got to try to find something to do.
It's going to be hard in the late game, though, against Troll as well, because he's going to have this Empower to back him up, too.
Oh, my God.
And we've seen... Yeah, look at that. Empower plus Troll is just ridiculous. He actually might pay for it here. No, he won't.
Good ice shards. Very good ice shards. Dread is on the cliff, too. He hit Christove on the cliff, and now he can't get out for 30 seconds. That's unfortunate. So even when he goes for a greedy play, the Troll Warlord gets empowered, clears up an ancient camp within seconds, leaves one stupid-looking black dragon, and proceeds to walk out with the help of his ice shards from his teammate.
Yeah, I think people have just learned that Magnus exemplifies all of the strengths of 6.83 of the melee carries. Because once you pick up one of those trifecta of melee carries, be it Troll, Jug, Slark, there's a couple others too that can work with it, but those are the main ones. And you slap Empower on top of it, it's just... They become a whole new beast, more so than they already were. It's just really hard to combat that kind of damage.
The inherent
even as a sniper.
The inherent problem with 6.83 with those 3 heroes, and those 2 heroes more so, because Slark maybe isn't as strong as Juggernaut and Troll, is that they do so well in the early and mid and late game. They have really strong points in all points of the game, whereas most other carries don't have that kind of peak. That's really the issue with 6.83. If you look at 6.83 in a nutshell, that is inherently the problem. You could talk about rubber band mechanics all you freaking want, but the problem with it is with those 3 heroes, in my opinion. At least that's the base of the problem, and then every other problem stems from that problem, because then you have to draft around those heroes that are good early, heroes that do work like Sniper, can kite them. It's so difficult to deal with those heroes.
This was the problem, the same problem that we had months and months ago with Terrorblade when he first got introduced to Captain's Mode, before he got nerfed, where he was one of the hardest heroes to actually take in lane because his Metamorphosis was so strong. His Q spell, I forget what it's called. But,
Reflection, I believe.
Yeah, it was just the biggest level 1 value point in the entire game. It was unbelievable. And then they nerfed it to the ground, as they rightfully should. Maybe nerfed him a little bit too much.
They nerfed his HP pool, or what? They did something to make him squishy as all hell. That too. But in lane, he is a freaking squishy man. That's all I got to say. But yeah, DK Phobos might actually die to FNJ, who has an SNY, by the way. And I'd be very surprised to see DK Phobos live through... Well, I mean, they might need another hero, because they can't really lock DK Phobos down. Alpha Ninja doesn't have, like... I mean, Sidetrap's fine, but he could just skew her away.
Yeah, but I think he could have gone for that. Because if he bursts him down with a lot of damage, and then he reacts by the time he hits, like, 1/4 HP, if he accidentally skewers a TA with him, TA hits him maybe once more, maybe you force him to waste an RP.
You gotta go for something.
Yeah, you really do. Jeez, Invis right here. He can just ulti Slave.
Yep. That combo. I mean, it's just that easy. Shadowblade is now the purchase for Lina that we've seen a bit more recently. It's worked out pretty well. Shadowblade's making a strong comeback after it got nerfed into the ground a couple of patches ago. Good item.
I mean, yeah, it's very good now. It's a little bit cheaper, I think, right?
I believe so.
And
the duration's longer too.
The duration's that's big. It puts you in a nice position to walk around and find possible openings. Whereas a blink, you're committed, right? You blink in, you're committed. You can't necessarily blink out because if you get hit, then it cancels it. Whereas with a Shadow Blade, you can always Shadow Blade out. Yes, they can have vision, but you're still going to get that extra movement speed.
I'll say misses. Ninja pretty fast. They won't catch him with the snowball. He actually walks right into a little, but they see the ice shard there, and they're not going to chase that, or frozen sigil, I should say. They're not going to chase too far, I don't believe. They just take Roche? Or no? I don't believe so. I guess it wasn't up yet. No, it's not. It's getting very close, though. It's about to spawn. Another Shadowblade coming out. Dread is on the cliff. There is no sentry, but they have the gem up on the tree. If they get this tree and kill... Oh, he missed the combo! And RP gets canceled. DK Phobos. Very smartly, his blink didn't get off. Meanwhile, Illidan gets a kill on the Witch Doctor in the backside, still going in, running after another hero. That's the sniper.
Oh.
RP, I think he missed it. Did he use it? I'm not sure.
He whipped it.
Half a Ninja gets skewered back in. LSA misses as well. Whipped abilities everywhere. Not that it matters. They Laguna, they get the kill. Illidan's actually on the run now. The rest of the team, they dealt with two heroes, but the Assassinate's going to fly. That might be enough. No, he's too speedy. They can't catch up to him. The Whirling Axes. What is he? He needs to not stop, I don't think. Swap is not available. Overgrowth's going to go through. Illidan's in some trouble. The Sunray's going to fly as well. Illidan taking some heavy damage. The Assassinate, is it going to be enough? Yes! It will, and that's a mega kill spree. That is Artez getting something desperately that he needed, and that is going to provide almost a Maelstrom. Bleeded.
I don't know why he ran back. That was really weird. Also, maybe if we have time, that was the worst coordination of spells onto a TA I've seen in a long time. Totally, Force Staff whiffed RP, went forwards to try, or blinked backwards to try to skewer, but then he got swapped in melee range, the Venge, so that screwed things up, and then he skewered him away. I'll hold that thought as he's actually
They got chance number 2 here. They actually do hit the LSA. They get the magic missile, but FNG is getting pot shotted by Artez in the backline, who gets yet another kill. Virtus Pro, boys, you had a 10,000 net worth lead. You still have one, but you got to be a bit more careful. Dragon Slave's going to go through, pushes them back, but they get the tier 1 tower. Okay, all right. I mean, it's still looking very bleak for HellRaisers. I mean, they're down 14,000 net worth, for God's sakes. They need a couple more fights like that, and who knows what'll happen.
They just, yeah. And then he skewered him outside of the LSA. Here's a possible nice blink skewer there on Goddamn. Living Armor might actually keep him alive. And some extra auto attack speed there with the Troll Warlord.
Oh, the cat!
One more nuke.
Shockwave, there he goes. He gets him, and now Alpha Ninja coming in. G could have turned on that, but decided against it. G thought there were more behind him. They don't. This is the problem with the vision coming out now for HellRaisers with the gem. They can't play as aggressively as they maybe want to for Virtus Pro. But well, I say that, and then they head into Roche, and they get an
Warlord.
Probably. I mean, it's Troll, so.
Yep. Easy Roche, and they have the Vengeful Spirit too. They're gonna have the Magnus Empower. Well, actually, Magnus already empowered him. Look at that. With the Venge Aura and plus Empower, he's hitting for 350. With the Manta as his like only pseudo damage item. It's not even a damage item.
No Alpha Wolf in his own jungle. What about the enemy jungle? Let's see here. I don't believe so. Oh, there is one. There is one in the closest camp to them, actually, in the enemy jungle. If he wanted to get it, he could. I don't think there's any other creep. And a double damage now. Okay, well.
He's hitting for, what, 400?
Good old casual Divine Rapier is pretty much what's happening right here.
430 damage.
Oh, yeah, so you know this tier 1 tower, I'm just gonna, you know, there's no backdoor protection. You don't even need to worry about it. Don't even worry about living armoring it up. I'll take care of it for you. Let me clean that up. Jesus.
Yeah, he hits pretty hard right now. They can just kind of force a fight now, I believe.
They're gonna do exactly that.
Invised up.
They're gonna run in. And they're gonna jump in. Blink back, Overgrowth goes through. Nice Witch Doctor ultimate. It gets canceled with the skewer app, and NJ Snowball's gonna go through. Meanwhile, Troll ulti, I believe, was used. FNG's getting low. Dust is up. Gem on the deck. They took down Gortz already. Double kill for Illidan. Walrus Punch Dread back into the fray. Shockwave going through Sunray. He wants this kill, but DK Phobos comes in. Nice Yules coming out from Dread, but it's still gonna be his death. And Illidan is just clean up an aisle top lane. And they're gonna go to the tier 2 tower as well. It's 3 heroes, and they die quickly because Troll seems to just find heroes and blow them up within seconds. Luckily, Artez and Ninja survive. They're two most important heroes, but they lose 3 heroes. They lose probably a tier 2 tower, maybe more if they're not careful.
It looks like G wants to try to maybe get a kill onto the sniper. No, sniper ran towards the south, so he's going to dodge that bullet, but I'm wondering if he goes for an Axe or just a BKB. I actually think BKB would be really good for him if he wanted it. Obviously, Axe is amazing. Illidan's just going balls to the wall, and he does have a BKB. No TP out, though. He might be able to man-fight this. I think that was a little early on the Manta, but we'll see. Might be okay, because he's just freaking
so
fast, and he's Troll Warlord.
Fast. Just ridiculous. 491 move speed when he pops his phase, and that's with not an SNY, but a Manta.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
I think haste, just about.
Very close.
They did manage to retrieve the gem, though, so the TA picked that up. Oh, big RP!
Onto two big heroes as well. They already get the sniper. Goodbye, Ninja. And that might be the beginning of the end. FNG finds goddamn, swaps him out, uses him up. Actually, I don't know whose Yules that was. I think it was G's. He gets the double kill in the end anyways. Oh, that's all they needed, really, was DK Phobos just to hit a 2-man RP and onto the 2 big heroes. And they did. They have to force up the buyback on Artez, but there's no buyback for Ninja. No RP. Illidan still has Aegis and a BKB. He doesn't even need to use anything here. He could get right-clicked down to death, and he wouldn't really care at this point. But Illidan's going to take down the Mailer Axe with his illusion. Now he pops his BKB. Doesn't get Overgrowth, doesn't have Manta style. Pops his rolling axes. Supernova's going to go through. Get up the Mailer Axe. Why are you not hitting it? All right, well. Supernova's going to go. Doesn't time it correctly. Almost got the stun off. There's no creep wave. It's actually regenning. It was backdoor protected. And they can't get the Mailer Axe because they weren't in there in time. But now the Yule Scepter's going to be up on the Magnus. Assassinate could go, but he just walks and blinks away. Okay.
I think Illidan's wasting his BKB charges a little bit. Like right there, he used it right before he died with the Aegis. And then I think if he had the BKB when he comes back up, he could have just auto-tapped the racks and killed both of them and then ran away. Because it's a relatively new BKB. Yeah, that was a 10-second one, actually.
Yep.
I didn't even know that. So, and he does go for the Axe over the BKB. You can't really fault him for that. And it's like one of the best Axe upgrades in the game. I think, can he one-shot this? He can actually one-shot the sniper.
Yeah.
He can one-shot.
I thought he might have been tanky enough. I thought he had an SNY. No, he has a Maelstrom. That's it, dude.
He actually has the lowest HP on his team.
Not even taking into account the MOM increased damage that you take.
Does that increase pure damage?
I think it increases all damage. It should. It says take 30% extra damage.
Okay.
I believe it's just 30% of any damage that you take.
Sure. I'm stupid, so I have to ask these questions. But 950 damage, so that will completely one-shot sniper, almost one-shot other members as well.
And the Witch Doctor.
I mean, he can for the other members, except for the TA, he can just slave them afterwards, and then they die.
That's how you know you're in a really rough spot. It's 25,000 net worth lead for British One, and they haven't lost a Rax yet, but it just feels almost like this game is over. I don't want to call it over because again, it's 6.83 and anything can happen, especially with Sniper. But when you have a Troll on the other side of things who just up almost a Scotty, and of course the items we talked about for the Lina, I really don't know how you combat that. If Virtus Pro wanted to, they could literally just wait till the next Roche, take it, proceed to push up to high ground, and then go from there. So you're going to have some ridiculous fight here if you are HellRaisers. Whether that's through an Overgrowth, whether that's through a huge Supernova, which is level 2 at least, whether it's through Artez sitting in the back line, not getting touched. Everything has to go right. Because if one thing goes wrong, I think maybe the entire game goes wrong for them.
Yep, and Illidan now just picked up a Scotty, so he is in a fine position to be quite tanky and just sit here in this tower. They really should, yeah, I thought they would have just pushed top right afterwards, but that melee Rex did regen a little bit. Don't think it'll matter, but man, I would love to see a one-shot on, oh, Sniper, he's up to 10, oh, he bought an ulti orb. Okay, can't get one-shot anymore, unfortunately.
Force coming in, RP onto 2, there's about to be a skewer back. Nice Yules, actually. Ice Shards don't actually connect there. DK Phobos has to BKB, but it's a bit too late. They do blow up with the Laguna Blade. That poor bird. They get the racks, they'll try to escape. Now, nice cast bouncing between Lil and FNG. Death Ward blows up one, Lil might be the second. The Supernova's gonna go, he'll snowball, but he will fall. So they will trade away 2 supports for a racks and a kill. That was the slowest snowball I've ever seen in my life. Lil does end up falling, but they take so much time that the rest of the team has already retreated. So they don't really care about that. I mean, a rack's down is a rack's down.
And they pick up their gem, so That is 2 gems now on the side of HR. But yeah, I think now the point stands. They can just easily take the next Roshan and probably win the game after that.
HR need a minute to their heads.
Hold on.
Or hopefully.
Hello stream.
Sure.
I'm dropping frames. I'm not sure what it is. I'm trying to fix. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Just going down in a bitrate for just a minute. Looks like my web is haking up just a bit. It should be fine though.
Alright, well, let me know if you need me to pick it up, because I can at any point in time. Maybe it's the Twitch servers, who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm verifying this right now, because I'm still uploading to YouTube at full speed. So, it can't really be my connection, it has to be Twitch.
Yeah, then it sounds like it's a Twitch server.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. Just so you guys know. Now it's sounding smooth, so I just turn bitrate. Okay, we're good.
Lots of stress.
Have some fun, boys.
All right, we'll have some fun. 9-23, 29 minutes into the game. It's not looking good, man. That's the only thing I can say. HellRaisers looked really good, Dread especially in that first game, but I feel like they didn't pick him the right hero. I am an unabashed Phoenix hater. We talked about this earlier, but it just feels like he has not accomplished enough in the early. I feel like that's the biggest problem with Phoenix is that early game he sucks, man. Just not good. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have much experience to really talk about this hero, but I will say it seems like he just does better on Dire, just because of the Dire offlane's way more favorable.
Yeah.
And the problem with him is that if you can force out an early Icarus dive somehow, then he just kind of has to leave the lane if you have a very good hero harassing him out. Because he has no armor to start with. And obviously if he has Icarus dive first, then he's not doing any damage with Fire Spirits. If you get Fire Spirits first, then you have no Icarus dive out. So it's if you can get like a very easy level 2, then he'll have a great time. And if there's not supports, I can zone him out. But if there are, and if he can't get that level 2, he just seems like he just doesn't do enough in lane.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I feel like this guy definitely has a place in the game. Oh, that's a gem on Goritz. They CG. This is going to be a kill they desperately need to get. Maybe, yeah, well, it was almost a kill, but Goritz was healing up. Meanwhile, Dread is going to find himself dead here by Illidan. Dread's dead, baby. Dread's dead. Illidan's going to head towards the bottom lane, and they'll TP out. They'll make it away. The dank references.
Well, Roshan timer is coming up here in a little bit. Roshan, what? Really? Wow.
That's a immediate respawn, by the way.
That's so fast.
Minutes.
If he walks back to, oh my god. Well, TA knows that they're going to do it, but...
Yeah. They don't have a gem. But I don't really know if HellRaisers are in position to contest this, because all Illidan needs to do is walk into that pit. He's got him power for a long period of time. Battle trance, guess what? Roach will be dead within seconds. They already wave of terror.
It's going to die so fast.
They have a medallion? Oh my god. Disgusting. See you later, Roach. Have a good time. By the way, that's a Scotty picked up for TA. That's something I'm not accustomed to seeing, but I suppose when you need something, sure, why not?
That's a very weird item to me too. So he's not going to have much damage. I guess he's relying on Sniper in the background to do damage, or the Phoenix to maybe throw out some damage over time, but I mean, he just wants to live in these fights, right? You can't really blame him.
It's so hard to live, though, with all this damage coming through.
Like, BKB's not going to help him because Troll Warlord's just going to auto-attack him, and then obviously the Laguna Blade's going to go through it, so you don't want to go BKB.
No.
You don't really want to go Manta when you already have S and Y because it kind of makes the other Yasha useless. In a sense. So
very redundant.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess Scotty's the right choice here then. I don't know what else you pick up. But they've got to